Great Scott. Great Scott. Great Scott.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Great Scott. I'm Scotty V. Thanks for watching. So, this last weekend we had some crazy activity happen in our great nation where we're all trying to live in love and peace. We've had a good run for quite a long time, and I'm really hoping that will continue because we all love to live here. We all have friends and neighbors and people of all different types, styles, varieties, shapes, colors, orientations, and Superman has always been accepting of all of those. There have been many comics from back in the World War days where Superman is talking about be accepting of all your neighbors. America is a melting pot. It's a place where we shouldn't discriminate against anybody. If you're on the side of the Nazis, the people that want to subjugate others, the people that not only subjugate but are talking about violence against others, if you think that and you consider yourself a fan of Superman or these other heroes, then you've got to rethink the way you think. Because obviously, you're not thinking straight. Don't you think Superman and all our other great heroes would step in and stop those types of people? People all deserve to live. People all deserve to be here. People all deserve to do what they do in their daily basis. But that does not include hurting others, hating others, yelling about destroying others and destroying other races. That's worse than just as bad as any Superman villain that we've ever had to see him face in the comics. Those are the people he stops. Those are the people he defeats. Those are the people that need to be put down. If you're out there calling for the death of others, if you're out there causing the death and destruction and pain and suffering to others, you would be the one that Superman would come against. So don't stand there and say, yeah, but there were two sides and both the people acted in a hateful way. No. There are no two sides. There are people defending themselves. There are people fighting to live, to survive, fighting for equality and to be accepted in society where they've always had difficulties, where they still have difficulties, and where we're talking about Nazis who wanted to get rid of an entire race of people in America, in the United States, standing in it, and then we've got entire groups of people saying, well, you can't discriminate against them or you're just as bad as they are. No. You stand against them and you talk against them and you fight against them when it becomes necessary, if it should ever. You're as good as Superman. You're as good as Wonder Woman. You're as good as these heroes that would stand up to them in any case. Hatred, non-acceptance, the calling for the elimination of entire groups of people, races of people, orientations of people. Standing up to them is the correct thing to do. Being against them is the correct thing to do. That doesn't make you hateful. That doesn't make you discriminatory. That makes you in the right, just as they will forever be in the wrong. Don't hate. Don't discriminate. And don't call for violence against others because they don't agree with your desire to hate. If you do those things, you are the villain. And those who oppose you are not just as bad as you. They're not discriminatory too. They're not both sides who did things wrong. One side is fighting against evil and for survival and for the protection and survival of others, just like Superman does in his regular, daily, everyday adventures. And I know some might say, do you really think it makes sense to talk about Superman in terms of real life and in terms of what's really happening out there, comic books? No, in terms of real life and in terms of the suffering that people have endured for years and years under discrimination and under fascism and under the real villainy of the world, these are fantasies. But these fantasies have shown us that our heroes stand up to those types of people, so why would we do any less? And why would we be considered wrong for doing so? Superman would do it. He's not wrong, and he wouldn't be wrong. You wouldn't be wrong either. People were horribly injured, died in this white power rally that happened down there because they were protesting an enemy that's been around for years and years. Hatred, fascism, Nazism, discrimination. And it's unacceptable. And it's wrong. And it's evil. There aren't two sides to this unless you consider good and evil. Thanks everybody for watching, and remember, standing against hatred, standing against evil, standing against fascism, Nazism, discrimination is the same as standing for truth, justice, and the American way.